Okay, Aquarius, we're going to get a little hint regarding the subject matter of your reading. Here we go. Wow. Okay. So this might be overly simplified here, but I think that you are becoming aware, or you have an awareness regarding the power of your thoughts, your thought alone. As well, you may be, this has to do with an eclipse, okay? I think it's a lunar eclipse. And there's something about purging and then inviting in new energy. And you could be, I don't know when the next lunar eclipse is. Actually, just a minute. I'm going to figure that out. One moment. Okay, so there's one coming up on September the 7th, okay? It will be a total lunar eclipse. Now, so there will be a total lunar eclipse on September the 7th. That's not that long away. And basically what's happening is, if you were on the moon, and you're looking at the Earth, and the Earth is actually getting in between you, if you're the moon, and the sun. So the Earth is blocking the sunlight. So if you're on the Earth, what's happening is the sun, let's say the sun is behind us and the moon is in front of you, this is the Earth's shadow on the moon. So with these lunar eclipses, these total lunar eclipses where everything is lined up perfectly, I believe that the reason why that word awareness is there is because, people believe that spiritually, during a lunar eclipse, it's an opportunity to become more self-aware. It's to discover hidden aspects of oneself. And there's an idea here of completion here, and a trine with the triangle. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but and you can also, you think of just prior to the moon being completely covered up by the Earth's shadow, we're going through a stage of purging. So we're letting go what no longer serves us. And then that moment when the moon is completely in the Earth's shadow is a moment of self-awareness. And then the next stage, the last stage, is to invite in new energy. I don't know, something may come up in the reading. Let's just maybe we'll get I usually save these for the end. What significance does that September the 7th lunar eclipse and this idea of awareness? Okay, so first we have my happiness as a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Faith, and I'm saying this knowing that everybody, it's always, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could, have a machine that lets us know exactly what's going to happen in the future. But of course, when people, and I fall prey to this too, when we're tempted to want to ask a reader, could you just let me know what's going to happen? Unfortunately, what you need to know is that is considered to be a sign of no faith, okay, in the universe. That's why a lot of people, they say, oh, tarot is, they'll go to that point in the Bible where tarot is considered to be evil. Well, no, actually, what they were referring to was fortune tellers. So I think we all have to get used to the idea that at any moment in time, there are an infinite number of combinations and permutations, an infinite number of outcomes. So, the idea of faith is, well, let's read the second one. It's very hard to describe, all right? It's connected somehow to this, to really appreciating and loving your authentic self. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. That truth is, there's only one truth, and that's aligned with spirit. I think what we're seeing here is that perhaps the use that you could make of this lunar eclipse on September the 7th is to literally just realign with yourself, and that will automatically lead to you having total faith in the universe, and being comfortable in your own skin. There is nothing that you cannot handle. Nothing that you cannot handle. Let's just get one more chakra card. I don't even know if we... What is relevant about those oracle cards to this reading? I don't even know if we got a chakra card yet. I don't think we did. All things work best in conjunction with all things. It's a card of chakra balance, so it has to do with every single chakra. And, the fact that if your root chakra is blocked, good luck. That's going to have an impact on all the other chakras. If you look at the meaning of the word conjunction, you actually have the action or an instance of two or more events or things occurring at the same point in time or space. Now in the 3D, that's actually impossible for things to be at the same point in space. But of course, all things can be at the same point in time. I think what we're getting here, though, is that, again, the time and space in the 3D, because we're looking at matter, things. We're looking at energy that takes up space, all right? In this realm, in the 3D, we don't think that, we believe in the past, the present, and the future. We think that there is a past and there is a future. But in fact, I think what we're being told here is that it's an illusion. Time and space are an illusion. I know that that's hard to say when you're late for some kind of class or something. You have to be somewhere or you've got a deadline to meet. But really, time and space are an illusion. So that means that the future is an illusion. The fact that we think, there is really only now, right? The present moment is all that exists. Anyway, let's go to the reading and to see what comes out. I think we're going to use the regular deck just because this appears to be something kind of complicated. I hope not. Okay, Spirit, what does Aquarius, what would you like Aquarius to know or to put their attention on? Would you like Aquarius to know? Okay, in 3, into name one. There was a card there that was, and it's right there on the bottom. Anyway, it's not going to come out now because of this split, but okay. All right. So we have Sun in Gemini. That's been coming up a lot for you guys lately. So is this one. We have Saturn in Pisces and the Hanged Man. So a lot of Pisces and Gemini energy here. By the way, a lot of saints had Saturn and Pisces in their birth chart. All right, so in the middle here, we have somebody, you know, the symbolism in that card. If you look up really closely, you can see that the water here is stagnant, and up there it's ripply. And the idea is supposed to be that that man has to move on because the water where he is has become stagnant. So the reason why he's moving forward, there's a reason, and it's a good reason. There's also, you know, an idea of there's a certain amount of sadness in that card, and it can be a feeling of loss, of having to abandon success, but having to do that. There is a reason why that person is moving forward. They may return, because the Eight of Cups, we've got something going on up there astrologically that we don't know whether something is waxing or waning. So that person could be coming back, they could be leaving, or they could be returning. But both are for the better here. You know, the 8 goes to the 9, so it's about moving forward. Behind that card is the end of illusions. It's Sun in Gemini. It's a final, very final ending. It can be about betrayal, and it can be a painful ending, but the point of that card is it's the dawn of a new era. There is something, believe it or not, that is good about that card. It's also called the end of illusions. Those illusions can be the illusion of materialism. And over here, of course, I think in this split, what we're getting is, you know, this person has sacrificed and they've suffered, but they have somehow learned. There's some epiphany there. They've clicked with the divine, and it's because they got very still and they came to a point of peace and sort of accepted the circumstances that they were in. And so what happens is they're getting some kind of a massive golden blessing there. Okay? It can be some kind of an epiphany that you've had, you know, that you have to move forward. It could be that somebody was keeping you stuck, or something was keeping you stuck, and you realize this, and so you're getting rid of it, or you're letting something go. There's some feeling of sadness here. All right, so this could be something that was said, some message that was received that brought something out in the open. This could be some compliment, some gift, or somebody may have encouraged you in some way. You know, there's the idea here of a new beginning, a fresh start, and confidence, and having the support of others, victory. This could be an offer as well that somebody has made, a gift, an offer, a suggestion. Something here is there's something important about this message or this offer. It's been carefully put together. It's a significant message. There's something very significant about this offer or message or change. Now, these could be two different people or two different energies. Somebody here may be very haughty and may have ignored this, because I'm getting two completely different energies from these two cards. This could be something that you offered here. But I'm getting the idea that somebody here is has got a big ego and they're ignoring something. Anyway, let's keep going. Show me a little bit more. What does Aquarius need to know, please? It's way over here. Wow. Okay. So there's a King of Pentacles here. This King of Pentacles could be somebody who is offering or somebody who is sending a message here. Or this could be somebody who is aware of something that you're offering. Let's keep going. This could be a Virgo or Capricorn. There's a lot of wealth involved here. Show me a little bit more. Okay, so we've got the Strength card and a King of Pentacles. So something may be being held back. There may be a King of Pentacles who is holding back a message, or for some reason a message or an offer may be being held back. Not sure why. Show me a little bit more. Good Lord. Look at all the major arcana, guys. So I don't know if these are two different people. I do see, though, there's an idea here of somebody who is quite capable of creating, of manifesting for themselves, manifesting abundance. There's a lot of strength here. I don't know if this is you. If it is, it's very good. I don't know if you notice all this yellow, but it's all positivity. Okay, now, so there's somebody. Okay, so somebody is really thinking about you a lot. Somebody is, or perhaps you're uncertain about whether or not you can create abundance for yourself. You absolutely can. I don't know what this uncertainty is. Somebody could be uncertain over you, or somebody could be emotional about you. Somebody is really feeling anxious and uneasy here. Show me, it could be a Capricorn, a Libra, or a Taurus here. Yeah. Okay. Somebody is feeling very uneasy about some major choice or decision. It could relate to a major choice or decision in love. Somebody is really is really emotional, and there's something that they're very unsettled about. They could be thinking about you over and over and over in their head. Yeah, somebody. I have to cover up this this Lover's card. I know it sounds crazy, but it's because of the nudity in the card and all this crazy stuff that YouTube is doing lately. Anyway, there's something, something that has been unspoken. There's some kind of secret here. Somebody's subconsciously, somebody could be, somebody's emotions could be coming, could be building up here and really causing them to feel ill at ease. Somebody could be uncertain about some kind of a decision that they've made or a choice. Somebody could be feeling like they should have said something. There's an idea here of somebody remaining silent. And there's some emotion building up over some major choice or decision. Okay? Show me somebody's subconscious is really getting to them. Yep, here we go. Okay, so somebody is gonna blow up here. There's somebody's very angry. They could be this could be the energy of a passive aggressive person. Somebody could be angry. Somebody could be angry over a secret, or somebody could be not expressing anger. Just a moment now. Yeah, this has to do with something going on in a family, I think. Okay, somebody may be angry with their family. There's some kind of damage here that was done. What is this? What's going on here? What is this Knight of Swords? Yeah, it's towards something that was concealed. There could be somebody may be upset here about communication that's been cut off. But I feel like there's more than one party involved here. Something happened within a family that caused communication to shut down, and I think that what somebody's upset about is that they can't talk to you anymore. That I'm not quite sure who caused this, but there's some silence here. There's some silence, and it has to do with the family. Some communication may have been cut off, shut down. Somebody can't see someone anymore. There's something that's out of sight. It's invisible. It's unseen. It's concealed. Now, okay, here we go. So I feel like some kind of a decision was made. Here's that really, really important decision. It's a major decision that was made. And somebody took somebody else's advice here. And it may have been to cut somebody off or not to speak, but I feel like this advice was bad advice. Yeah, here we go. So I feel like you've been very, very, very strong in this, whatever is going on here. There's some kind of truth here that you're aware of, and somebody should have seen this truth before. They should have looked closer at something, and instead of looking very closely at something, they listened to somebody else. And I think, show me more, please. What does Aquarius need to know? So I don't know what side of this, yeah, and somebody's really regretting. So I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here, but the main thing is that there is someone who didn't look closely enough at something, and they're regretting this now. Somebody also may be regretting having blown up, or somebody may be regretting something that they said out of anger, or they may be regretting some damage that was done. That person who's angry could be you, but whatever. Yeah, look at this. So I feel like this could have something to do with a marriage or a family. And I do feel like that you are unconditionally loving here. And somebody may miss you. Someone may actually miss you. There's something about listening to the opinion of others and not looking closely enough there's some kind of major decision with the Lovers that was made, or it could be a contract or an agreement. So, and there's an idea of contact being cut off, silence. So I think that the overall message here is that, and the idea of you being very, very strong, okay? So I think the overall message here is to remain unconditionally loving, all right? Show me what Aquarius needs to know about this Ten of Pentacles. This could be a marriage or a family. Okay, I can't, okay, this is, I mean, it's eminently clear that there's some, it could be very materialistic people within a family, or it could be that a family is, that certain members of a family are materialistic, or that there are people here who are trying to, you know, there could be people who are trying to cover up a truth or make somebody out to be something that they're not, because the devil, of course, is associated with half the truth. You know, there's something here about some materialistic people who are not truthful. There could be some hidden enemies here, some greed, some lies that were being told, some kind of, yeah. And here's this major choice here, okay? Now, I really have to cover this up here because I'm going to get in trouble. But one thing, really interesting thing that you will notice is that these two cards have a lot in common. We have a couple who's naked here, a couple who's naked there. See that? We have something having to do with love. We have notice that the devil's, the way that he's sitting, there's a heart shape with his knees and his feet there. Now, this message was in one of your readings last year around about this time. So Spirit is repeating a message here. It's interesting. You may have a choice, or somebody may have a choice coming up, or there may have been a choice made. So there is only one correct choice here, and that's the idea of the Lover's card. The correct choice is made with the heart. It's the correct spiritual choice. The idea of this card, to deny a spiritual connection, is wrong. That's what Wade actually said, and he rarely said things. He rarely made things clear. So the Devil card, let's just pretend that there are 6 things in this card, and there are 5 things in that card. Well, would you believe that these 5 things, all the energy and everything that's in the Devil card is also in the Lover's card? The only difference between these two cards is that the Lover's card has one extra thing: Spirit. So you could think of the pentagram here as, maybe I should have said 4 things. 4 things in this card and 5 things in this card. But anyway, if the pentagram here were right side up, this card would have to be upside down. So we've got fire, earth, air, water, and at the tip, spirit. Well, in the Devil card, it's all the spirit is dumped out. So you're just left with everything but spirit, everything but love, everything but God. So it is like a shell, an empty shell. There's, you know, and that, of course, the devil, what is the lie of the devil? The lie is, the devil says, what you see is all that's there. That's a lie. That's the lie of the devil. That's the lie of materialism. You know, if the truth is that everything that's here came from the quantum field, the source of everything. It really, the genuine source of everything is in another realm. It's in the unseen. So this is just the map. It's not the territory. It's not. This stuff without spirit, without love, you can't have any of this stuff, because that all things come from no thing. All things come from the quantum field. Everything. So over here, we've got the lover's choice, okay? Usually the masculine in that card is in a state of fear. The feminine is not afraid. She's putting her hand out and using a mudra, the abaya, don't have any fear. She knows that this is a spiritually correct connection. Why is the masculine afraid? Because he has to risk his heart. And with this choice here, with love, I just saw it 3113, 3113, so an 11 flanked by 3s. If you're going to be if you're really looking for love, you have to be willing to take the risk of getting your heart broken. Otherwise, you're not really putting your heart out on the line. Over here, there is no love. There's just, this is like, these chains, what's connecting those two people is either fear or something that isn't real, or materialism. It's like somebody who gets somebody addicted to them by pretending that there's somebody else or something else, or something that starts out as an illusion. And the longer that woman stays, she's starting to grow horns on her head. So the longer she stays in this energy, the less human she becomes. Anyway, just for a laugh, let me just see what all things work best in conjunction with all things. Confidence, yeah. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. And that solar plexus chakra there, this has to do with not requiring everyone else to agree with what you're doing. Not requiring anyone's approval of your choice in love or in career. People that you respect, maybe your parents, don't agree with this decision that you've made here, but it doesn't make you feel bad. All you need is spirit's approval here. That's what that woman is looking to. And is spirit separate from yourself? No, it's what you know in your heart is right, is true. Wow. Sorry, I have to cover up this lover's card again. Wow. Oh, sorry guys. Amazing. So that's interesting what we just saw. So perhaps there is some kind of a choice in love coming up, and somebody may be tempted to choose something because, somebody that is wealthy, not because they're greedy, because they may feel that it's a more logical or more, that it's best to, it'll be a more solid foundation. But the message that we're getting here in this reading is that there is only one correct choice, and that is the correct spiritual choice, which is made with the heart and the truth. And if there is a spiritual connection, to deny that connection is wrong. But look what happens after that choice is made. Look what comes in. Financial prosperity. This clearly has to do with it does have to do with a new beginning, but it has to do mainly with prosperity. you know, an increase in income, a solid foundation for the future, you know, and knowing that card of having faith in your ability to confidence. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. This Ace of Pentacles suggests that you have the power, the ability to manifest your desires and to achieve your goals, especially in the material realm. You know, it's a potential for significant growth, but it's associated with first making the right spiritual choice. So I think that the overall message in this reading is that there could or will be, or perhaps there will be coming up, a very significant choice. And Spirit is definitely encouraging you to make this with your heart. You know, what you feel is the correct spiritual choice. And if there is a spiritual connection there, to deny it, you know, it's wrong. Let's have a look at this. Yeah. So again, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Now, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So remember, there is fear often in the Lover's card. Very often people are afraid to take a risk with their heart, or they feel like there's a mountain between them, or, you know, maybe there's, you know, it's some kind of a connection that friends or family disapprove of. But if one knows inside oneself, one is aware that is what they want. Their heart is telling them that is spiritually what they want. Spirit is giving a huge sign of a seal of approval here to that, and to that choice, and encouraging you to have faith in the universe. Okay. All right, guys, let me know if this resonates. What a fascinating reading. All right, thanks for watching.